here, but also going a little bit lower. Okay, so this is about it. I feel like I'm done now. And now I'm going in with the next shade. So now I'm using the shade Fake Tan, using that same brush. And I'm going to try to focus a little bit lower, but at the same time I'm doing the same thing as I did with the other shade. Just focusing, like blending in my crease and a little bit around the outer V area. This shade is like slightly darker. So I'm just going to try to slowly build it up because the next shade I'm going in with is quite dark, like in comparison to these two shades. So I really needed like a shade which was slightly darker than the one I just used, because else like the transition would be too big and harder to blend out. Now I'm going to use the shade Cocoa using a Zoeva 238 brush. And this is a very tiny brush, and I like to use this brush whenever I want to create a line or something, or like when I'm creating a cut crease. Because it's tiny, you can work precisely with it. So I'm going to create a sort of round crease effect. Because I want to do a halo eye look, and I really like to like start with a round base. This is not necessary or something, you can also blend like a round effect, just blend like in a round shape. But this way it will be more sharp and I feel like a little bit more intense. And the Natasha Denona eyeshadows are really soft, so I'm not really worried about getting this to blend out. Just make sure that you don't press too hard, because that way it will be harder to blend it out. So this is how it looks right now, and now I'm going to blend around the edges to make sure that the brown fades into the other shades. So now I'm taking my Morphe M507 brush, which is a super tiny blending brush, and using that same color to blend around the edges. So here in the Netherlands it's super cold. Like the last couple of years we didn't really have like super cold winters. This year it's like a lot colder. Still it's not like super bad, but compared to like the other years it's like really cold. So yeah, let me know in the comments where you're from. What kind of weather is it where you are at? I kind of really look forward to spring, but I have been eating so unhealthy that I feel like, oh my god, if summer is already around the corner and I still don't have the body I want for summer, then that's kind of frightening. But I'm trying to eat a little bit more healthy. I'm actually starting today, so hopefully I will like be motivated enough to keep doing that, because I just notice when I eat unhealthy my skin just really reacts to it. And especially when I film videos like this, like you can see everything on my skin, so it will be so much more comfortable if my skin looks nice. So I feel more, it's just nicer to do makeup on it, like a nice base, if that makes sense. Now I'm taking the shade Sangria on a Morphe M506 brush, which is a little bit less dense than the M507. And I'm going to blend this around the edges as well. And then I'm taking my Morphe M507 again, using the shade Fake Tan, and applying this around the edges as well, because I still feel like the edges are quite harsh. So I'm going to blend this around the edges to make it even more soft, especially around my outer V. There's too much dark eyeshadow. Now I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15, and I'm going to apply this all over the eyelid. And I'm using a MAC brush in the number 231, if I'm not mistaken. The name has faded away a little bit. And I'm going to create like a sharp line.
Someone to love, you make me promise to treat you just like you want. I'm sick and tired of being the one you judge. I'm sick and tired.
Now I'm taking the shade Tiger Lily and I'm using a MAC 242 brush. I'm going to press this in my inner corner area and in my outer corner area. And just pressing this on the eyelid. And I'm going to do the same thing right here.
Ain't got the time to make it work alone. I was betting on you, yeah.
You got the promise.
And then in the middle part of my eyelids, I'm going to use the shade Mint Frost. Pressing this right on the places where I haven't applied product yet. And I'm also going to use my fingers because I know with these type of shades your fingers work a bit better.
You got the promise of being someone to love. You make me promise to treat you just like you want.
Now for my eyeliner, I'm going to use the Inglot Gel Eyeliner, which is one of my favorites. Now for the end of my eyeliner, for like the winged part, I'm going to use the angled brow brush from Sigma. And I know this is a brow brush, but I really like to use this one for the winged liner.
Before you talk, I don't want to make it hard for you. Broke down, you've been looking for parts of me. This time I'm just looking to part from you.
Now I'm going in with the Sigma Beauty liquid liner, which is called Line Ace. I'm going to apply this right on top of my gel eyeliner. I also feel like it makes my eyeliner look extra black. So I quickly applied my foundation. I used this new foundation from Laura Mercier and the newest concealer from Urban Decay. Now I'm taking my Mr. Right pencil by The Balm Cosmetics and I'm going to use this to apply it in the waterline. Now I'm using the shade Laguna and I'm blending this underneath my eyes using a Morphe M507 brush. I'm just blending it back and forth. Now I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I know it's not included in this palette, but I think everyone has a black eyeshadow. So I'm going to press this like in between my waterline and the blue eyeshadow. Then I'm taking the shade Tiger Lily with a Morphe E36 brush. And I'm going to apply this like in between the black eyeshadow and the light blue shade. And then I'm using a little bit more of that matte blue shade, blending it like right below my lash line. And let me know if there's any color you would like to see me do next, because I have done a few blue eye looks lately, but if there's like another color like green or purple that you want to see back on my channel, let me know. So I'm taking a little bit of the Limoncello eyeshadow, which is a light yellow shimmery shade. Applying a little bit of this just in the middle of my eyelid. And using that same shade like right in the inner corner area and below my lash line.
I was betting on you, yeah.
You got the promise.
And I'm taking a little bit of the Exotic eyeshadow, applying it like right next to that light yellow shade. Now I'm going to apply my lashes off camera and I'll be right back. So here you can see the end result of the eyes with some fake eyelashes. I will put the name of the eyelashes in my description bar. And now it's time for the face, and I'm using the Too Faced bronzer, which is so pretty. It was the first time trying it out and it's really nice and blendable. Then I'm going to use the Diamond and Blush palette from Natasha Denona, using that coral shade for my blush. Normally I would always start with my highlight and then go in with my blush, because I feel like this way the blush blends better into the highlighter. But somehow I did it all the other way around, but that's fine. I just applied it on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to use that gorgeous champagne color highlighter. And I'm not applying too much, just a little bit to make my skin look a bit more glowy, because it was really dry that day. Then I'm going to use the lip pencil from MAC in the number, not the number, in the name Oak. And just overdrawing my lips a bit, because I just like how it looks. It makes them a bit bigger. Then for my lips I'm going to use the Namaste lip paint from Tarte Cosmetics. A gorgeous nude pinky shade. I think this color is so pretty. So this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoy watching. I really like how the eyes turned out, even though I don't really like how blue shades look on me. But besides that, I think the palette from Natasha is amazing. I think the bronzer from Too Faced is really nice, first time trying it out. And I used the Laura Mercier foundation, which I'm not really a fan of. But I will try it another time to see if I really don't like it, or if it's just because my skin is so dry at the moment. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!
You make me promise.